one of the most common problems that woman has is how to know if your man is really happy. Actually, man has the same thing. If he really content or he just make face, if he just make believe because he doesn't want to harm you or to hurt you, and he just says that he's content and happy. And this is not an easy thing. I mean, it has to be a thing that has to do with knowing with the person himself if he's happy or not. But even here there is some tricks. NLP, for example, says that the basic reaction, the true reaction of the person is something that happens at the first 2 seconds after he kind of experienced new information. Then you can see somehow what his real reaction is before the ego kind of take the control, and then he kind of play we replay. We all do it. We all play mask. All the world is a drama, and everybody are actors. This is what Shakespeare used to say. So this is true, but the first 2 seconds after the stimulation happened, there are reactions that we can really know what's going on, because we have the emotional gland in our mind, which is kind of quicker than the conscious mind, so these 2 seconds are the seconds before when we have the raw reaction to something, and afterward is like the mind interpretation and reaction. So if you are sensitive enough, you can actually notice the micro movements of the face and the micro reactions of the body, and through this you can know a lot. This is one system. And another system is basically watching the unconscious or the subconscious behaviors of the man when you give him a massage, or when you do love with him or something like this. And this has to do with his breathing rhythm, with his unconscious physical movement, because the body creates it's called also in NLP a kinesthetic metaphor. The body itself is like kind of an extension of the mind, and if we know how to look in the body language, we can learn so much about the mind states. But we have to have the eye for it, we have to be trained for it. But most often, when you have some emotional, let's say, blockage, you usually cover your chest with your hand somehow, or you turn part of your chest, or you do something like this. It's even culturally imprint. Like when I went to Germany and I sit in a bar in Germany, most women were like holding their arms on the chest, like kind of protecting themselves, which is a place, many German guys, they call the women fridges, because it's like they're pretty emotionally cold. It's like in the culture. Once, if you go to Italy or Spain or places like this, Greece, you see that people are much more open in the chest, and they're always very expressive with their hands, and they almost never put them on the chest, like hold them or lock them on the chest. So this is even a very basic cultural kinesthetic metaphor. But your man, if you are a man, your woman will make kinesthetic metaphors all the time if you look at them. And one thing that is very easy to notice is basically the breathing. There is a very different pace for somebody who's really enjoying and to somebody who's not really enjoying and just play it in his mind. For example, if you enjoy, you're breathing will flow very much. And when you're not enjoying, you hold your breath quite a lot, and it's like there will be tension there. Also the face, how relaxed are the face? If you see that the person even act or make sounds or say it was good, but his face are very, very tense, it means he doesn't necessarily enjoy as much as if the faces are more relaxed. And this is actually very general introduction or tips for how to make your partner enjoy more, because it's like it's sort of a thing that has to do with the connection between mind and body. The way the mind influences the body, like I'm not really enjoying much, I don't really interact, I just want to play a game, affect the body. So the body becomes contracted and just an act, and you feel the breathing becomes short and kind of contracted, and even the face becomes contracted, and the neck. This is one thing, but it can be like it's a psychosomatic, which means also the body can influence the mind. If you know how to bring the body to send messages to the mind, I enjoy, the mind starts feeling, oh, I'm enjoying it. Actually, it's really good. So it's like a dual channel. It's like the mind influences how the body feels, and the body change how the mind feels. So one of the basic guidelines I always give is to fake it till you make it. This is if I want to help women, for example, enjoy sex better. I tell them to breathe naturally, not to hold their breath, but to breathe, to relax, to make sounds. Making sounds is very relieving. Let's say that if a woman have problem experience orgasms, an orgasm is like releasing something. So basically relieve the air, like making a sound like ah, while they're having a stimulation can be very helpful for them. And the same goes for men. To enjoy more, sometimes they just need to make sounds and relieve it. To move the pelvic. Moving the pelvic also stimulates the energy there, and it is very, very helpful for experiencing it. Moving the pelvic, this area, it's very important because it makes the mind feel sexual. Like also when we dance, it brings energy. When we dance, basically what happens, we move the pelvic and it's create an energetical and sexual stimulation in a way. So all of this and the idea is that and also to express pleasure, because when we express pleasure, even if it's faked, our body say, oh, our body doesn't, the body, or if you want the subconscious level which control the body, doesn't know between true and false. It can't make distinctions. So it's the same with this experiment that they let students hold the pain in ways that they had to smile, because they hold it between the lips and the nose, and they had to smile. So after 8 minutes, they all start feeling happy. Because the subconscious got all the time these messages, he's happy because he's smiling, he's happy, he's smiling, he's happy. And eventually he got convinced, if you want, and you start radiating happiness, like good mood. And the same goes with sex. If we insist on expressing pleasure, even if we don't feel it much, or if it's very little, eventually the subconscious will say, okay, I must have pleasure because I express pleasure all the time, and we start feeling the pleasure. And so you can solve it actually, even if your man doesn't enjoy, by giving all these guidelines. And you can check if he's enjoying or not by first his micro movements of the face, which are usually the face, is when you touch him, does just when you change place, or just when you move your hands, or just when you start giving a new sensation to the body, how does his face react? Does it look happy, or does it look like suffering or holding something? This is one thing. And the other thing, how does his breathing? Is he breathing smooth or stuck? Does he breathe to the chest? If he just breathing to the chest, it means he cannot experience too much pleasure. Not too much air can enter there. So does he allow himself to breathe also deeper to the area of the belly, or like to expand the diaphragm downward, which means he's more relaxed and he can enjoy. Does he hold it? Does he hold air only in the area of the shoulders? So you can look at these things, and you can look how much relaxation there is in the muscles as well, because you can't really enjoy and having a lot of density in the muscles. It doesn't come. It's like you're holding something, you try to play something, you have a mask. And this is something that I tell you now, which is very, very interesting. And it comes with masks. Actually, we always wear masks. We always wear masks. Our natural tension of the facial muscles is never neutral. It always, you can see there is a big, very, very interesting movie about people who look like they're animals, like a man who look like his dog. He has like a bulldog and look just like him. And he was not born like this. It means it is a specific impression of the face that he holds for most of his life, let's say rage. And eventually his body is not normal muscles become so contracted in this way, so he look rageful all the time, like he's in rage all the time. He look like a bulldog. And you can see people like this, we all have some dominant emotions that become like the imprints of our facial image. And when we get old, and you can really see the dominant emotion on a person's face. You can see if somebody was mostly happy or mostly an angry person by the way his face look. We see these stern old people. We can see they were not a happy people in their life. They were pretty angry, and we see like somebody who was maybe feature-wise was pretty ugly, but he was happy all the time. We can see something glowing and something open in his face when he gets older. So usually, so the idea is when we have really carried away flow and in pleasure, and we really have this experience which is shattering us up, we cannot hold the face anymore. We cannot hold the mask anymore, and we can see kind of the true face behind the mask. It is something similar to the way we see a person when he's sleeping. Why people look much cuter when they sleep usually, unless they snore very hard? They usually look very cute when they sleep, because they don't hold the mask usually too much. So this happens also when you really enjoy something. You don't hold the mask. You just carry it away. You forget yourself. You forget your personality. You forget your ego. You forget to hold. Basically, we kind of try somehow to always hold our trouble and worries, and like if we just let them go for a while, they will not. I don't know. The world will collapse. And the world will not collapse if you forget about them for a while and just enjoy. So, and when we just enjoy and we hold them, it's like we look lighter. We look like children. We look happy. We look, and this you can see in the man, because if you really see the true face revealed, it means you got to a very good result with it. You have it in your pocket in a way. So this is kind of an idea about that.